know what's crazy? I never voted. I had plenty of, well, I only had two times to vote, or maybe three. Who gives a fuck? I never voted, and I think I'm at the state of my life. I don't think I'm ever gonna vote. Especially, I always hated politicians or anything to do with politics, and I never worshiped politics or politicians, celebrities. I never been that type of person because we're all human at the end of the day. If I worship anybody, not worship, but if I have a liking to anybody, it's them creating art, like books, anime, storytelling is what I want to say. But for the most part, I don't like most people, and I say that because the older I get, the more evils I see of the world. I always know evil was a thing, and it's a sad thing. It's like, shit, is there more evil than good? But no, there can't be. If there's more evil than good, then I feel like we're already being in a nuclear winter right now. But the reason I bring that statement up for me, and why I'm actually proud of it now, because everything that's going on with these disgusting files, these disgusting people, these disgusting countries or country, um, it's honestly baffling how how effective propaganda is, brainwashing is, because I have come across multiple videos of just these soldiers that work in Israel. I love Israel, by the way. I want to say that. Just saying they want to run over babies' heads. They want to shoot kids. They're saying, "Oh, we only killed two kids today. That was a bad day, but we had a good day yesterday." So what's a good day? I love Israel, by the way. I just want to keep saying that. Yeah, it's crazy how these people operate, and they think there's going to be a cleansing once they get rid of all these people. But then I take a step back, especially to all the American people and all the people around the world. If they feel that way about one country, one place, what makes you think they want to feel the same way about yours? Because I know that most of the world doesn't share the same ideologies. Like, I love Israel. So, what do you think they're going to do if it ever comes, push comes to shove? And when someone doesn't look like them or support the religion, what do you think will happen? They think of them as subhuman. Isn't that crazy? But the problem with America is we have too many people stuck up on bullshit problems that don't amount to really nothing. They really don't. I get the whole ICE movement. I really do. But if if I'm gonna be 100% clearly factual, this has been a problem since the fucking 1800s, probably longer than what this country. Who killed JFK? Let me stop. I love Israel. Do your research, but there's just a lot of like underlying things that people forget, like 9/11. It's funny how I don't think. Well, some people it's actually sad how some people actually think that 9/11 was actually like just an event. Like there was no one set up, no nothing. Still a lot of questions to this day that no one can answer. Or even when you bring up those questions, they think you're just a fool. So our pockets are deep into Israel, or Israel has their, you know, well, I'm not going to say that. I want to keep it kind of PG-13, but I was going to say Israel has something down most Americans' throats. But what I mean Americans, I mean those little sleazeball politicians. But I love Israel. I have to I have to say that because we can pop up on the algorithm more, right? YouTube, X or whatever. I could have sworn I saw this clip with all these social media influencers. They went to Israel to have a conference, a discussion. What the fuck do y'all need to talk to these influencers about? Oh, because we can control whatever y'all say about a particular country. And there has been another conference with a lot of state legislators from, multiple states. I think it was like 40 that went to Israel to have this conference. And I remember I saw this other video of Jan Zulayang, whatever you say his name. I don't give a fuck to pronounce it. But I love Israel. Um, this man came into the conference room and these fucking Muppets were clapping for like 5 minutes straight. And I'm over here scratching my head. I'm like, what did this guy do for the American people? Who do you think they're going to send to die first? Especially if we start something with Iran, which will probably most likely happen because they have always wanted Iran to be, rubbered. Fuck, I can't even say it. They just want them to be nothing. Who do you think they're going to send? They're not going to send those soldiers over there. Who I love Israel, by the way. They're not going to send anybody over there. How are they going to send people who's in the homeland? That's literally what's going to be. The main problem with America is they think that these problems are way over their fucking head. And they pluck to play teams. Blue, red. I like the Eagles. I like the Patriots. Oh, you're a Warriors fan? I'm a Cavaliers fan. I like the Dodgers. No, actually, I like the Cardinals. And we get so infatuated by the team that we're on that we literally are brainwashing our own selves into thinking that it's a battle between us. But it's like at the end of the day, you're kind of saying you love Israel too, don't you? You don't get that? So good luck. There's a lot of brain dead people out there. More on the blue, white flag type area. These people are literally subhuman because they think of other people as being subhuman. They literally think that. They don't care if they run over 100 kids' heads. I saw this I saw this commercial. I was watching USC and this commercial popped up. They were saying like how this kid died by bombs and stuff, and it was going all over the media. But then it said, oh, we actually found the kid, so don't believe what you see online on TV. And I'm over here scratching my head. I'm over here like, wait, you found one kid? I'll say, okay, good, but what about all the other kids are definitely dead? You think just because you found one kid from the missiles that y'all sent, and the kid ended up lost what y'all found him. But what about all those missiles that, killed actual children? That actually killed, like it's crazy. It really is. And go back around why I don't vote, or why I haven't voted, and why you really can't trust anybody in the fucking politics or whatever, is because most of these fuckers were in the Epstein files. Most of this human garbage, like all the things that happen in those files, and if it was back in the day, these people would literally be hung and burned to death, chopped up, and thrown in the fucking ocean. But I'll probably too. We wouldn't want that to be in the ocean. Like those, people have died from worse in the past from good reasons and bad reasons, or from the right things or the bad things. So I find it funny how no one's being prosecuted, and we're just gonna keep on going on with our days in our 9 to 5, talking like nothing happened. Isn't that odd? It's like I like to not think that. Like how bad the thing I feel bad. No, the thing I think that is bad for the American people is we won't do anything unless it touches soil. I feel like anything outside of us, we will not stand up for anything. That's how I feel. Not until the fucking. I love Israel, by the way. I'm sorry, I didn't say that in a while. I feel like if we go long enough, there's going to become a time when shit's on our soil is going to be too late. Even when that happens, people are still going to be trying to pick sides. But it's not everyone. It's not everyone. There's still a select few groups and individuals in this country who sees through the propaganda, the brainwashing, the lies. But I don't understand what the fuck is Israel. I love Israel, by the way. That's the name of this title. Also, that's probably gonna be the name of titles for everything. That may be the cheat code to gain 100 million followers. I think. Just put that in your title. I just don't understand that video when they were applauding this he looks like fucking Stuart Little or whatever the fuck. Dumbo mixed with Stuart Little. I don't understand Yazoo. It's actually a funny name. But I don't understand why were they applauding for like 5 minutes straight? Like it was obviously like staged and fake. I could tell that from the get go. But like, why are these people applauding for this man? What did they do? Or what did he do? Or he didn't do anything for us. I know what he did for them. He filled their pockets up with blood money. With chopped up kids money. Sexualized kids money. The devil's money. Literally. So that video is probably the oddest to me, and how many of these politicians that people worship in this country, but they don't know that they're literally participating or have been participating in everything that the files have said. That's why any good politician that has tried to run for president and they were legit, they always get shunned off. They always some bullshit always tries to get brought up. Lies tangled to their name. Shout out to Tulsi Gabbard. They were literally saying that she was a fucking spy, but she literally was in the Afghanistan war over there. And another thing, the Afghanistan war, that's a whole bullshit thing. A war that's fake, that should have never happened. 9/11, JFK, all that shit. All the shit that you read is not true. But we have been so brainwashed and brought up on this fake, this history, that it's hard for people to believe that they have been deceived because they have believed it their whole life. I love Israel, by the way. So yeah, that's the truth. That's the reason I haven't voted, because you can't trust nobody, and it's getting harder each day, especially everything coming out, trying to like support even my own goddamn country, or support most government agencies. The only thing I support are real Americans. Not Americans is what I support. True Americans that are followed by the First Amendment, Second Amendment, but not these people that switch flip-flop sides, or they always succumb to any amount of money. Because if you have a price, that price could be met, but like, where would your integrity go? The root of all evil is money. It really is. And we see how these people turn out once they can get that on their hands. They don't care. All they want is the comfortable, like the serotonin and the dopamine. They get that, they're fine. Low cortisol. They ain't not worrying about anything. They got their money, their pockets, all that shit's filled up. They don't have to worry about seeing their own family getting blown up. They don't have to worry about being displaced. They don't have to worry about any of that. They don't have to worry about not having food or water. They don't have to worry about nothing because all their needs have been met, and that's the truth. So actually try to not believe everything that you see right away because there's a lot of disgusting, dirty people in this world. And I'm probably gonna flood up YouTube with all this, but one last thing. I love Israel. Ah,